Today I've been sent a very interesting build, like, and it is interesting enough that we're actually gonna look at the charms before we head in. We've got True Eyes Pendant, Imprint of the Beyond, Bermuda's Spellbound, Nulwick, and Distant Hailing for some reason. So this is a Frost Nova U build, but it's also Arcanist, and in this day and age, it's kind of uncommon to see an Arcanist build uh without Moonblade stacking, but this isn't Moonblade stack. I mean, add to that, it also doesn't even have Arcane Strike. What it does have though, apparently, is massive AoE. Although that's only useful to people who can aim, I suppose. Damn, the water feature is so cool, but it gets burned so easily. And this was a submission from one of my other guildmates, DNA, and actually, it can probably handle 65 point. I probably won't play 65 point with it, because not really the content that the channel is built for. Also, I don't like 65 point that much. Even when I tried it out, it could handle it. It's just a lot more chaotic and a lot less. It feels a lot less like I am in charge. I probably won't play 65 point with it. Anyway, the range on every spell except like T-Step and Moonblade is colossal, and the damage is big. Colossal is hard to say, but you know, it does kind of feel like run around and hope that you don't die while you wait for abilities to come off cooldown, but it is an aptitude 3 build. The set that he's lent me so kindly is actually pretty infused. Got like Pearl Capacity 3, Understanding, the other one. It's got Epoch, right? Now, it is a bit different from the Arcanist playstyles I usually run, because this one is a much more range style caster, whereas what I was running before was like, you know, relatively melee, and up to the point where it was Chimera's Grace. But the note I was sent with this build is actually don't get hit, which is surprising. This is a fairly tanky build to my eyes. It's not that tanky, but the amount of range that you have kind of just enables you to be really far away from the mobs and therefore not need to take as many hits. It doesn't have Cry Havoc though, so that's a pain in terms of utilizing Thunderstep. It does mean that... Oh wait, what DNA told me was you just didn't use Thunderstep for damage, more so for mobility, but I think instead you should just use it to... You just be using it to shred elites and for mobility and survivability. Bit hard to do that without Cry Havoc. If I was gonna do anything, I'd probably drop True Eyes Pendant actually. I don't find that stun extension is that useful. I still think you should just kill mobs, or if you did, then you'd probably want to switch the role of Nova instead of being your like big output and damage dealer, because like this Nova is like charmed to the moon. I think it has like double damage, and it's Nova 2. It's Nova 2, and it has the enhancement bonus damage on it, so, you know, damage out the wazoo. The other thing you could do on this is switch to Elementalist. I don't know how much Omens are. Okay, Omens are probably a lot, right? But considering the amount of zoning you have, it could Elementalist, probably. As you can see, Thunderstepping, if you're like really careful, oh my days. If you're like really careful with where exactly you Thunderstep, it can be fine. Just make sure you Thunderstep slightly out of the melee range of a mob. This thing probably handles max points better than any of the stuff I usually run, just because you have so much range and so much AoE that there's no concern of, oh, I'm only gonna hit one of the mobs and then I'm gonna get cooked because I can't deal with the others. There's the slight concern that if there are too many like specters, I don't know if the build can handle that, because don't know if the build can handle specters, because, you know, it's big spell, and once you've cast your big spell and killed the mob, you hope that there's not another one. Yeah. This thing doesn't even have A strike, so I don't know what to do against singular mobs. It has no small spells, even A strike. Even Mana Lance is big spell now because of its medium spell because of Spellbound Spearhead. Elite solutions on this build are tough. Yeah, let's put it that way. You have the luxury of Thunder Spellshock, right? If that's what you're going to pull off, you have to spawn an elite and then have a bunch of mobs around it and hope that the Thunder Spellshock murders everything. You also, if you are in a sticky situation, you hope that you have your Nova up, because Nova will, you know, freeze all the mobs, just as you saw previously. M Shield will help because there's some KB, so it doesn't. It can kind of prevent your immediate demise and replace it with a slightly delayed demise. Yeah, you see how I was using. Did you see how I used Thunderstep in that encounter to juice the damage against the elite? It's just another like 7 magic damage twice because there were 2 mobs there. But it's still, I mean, 7 magic damage is a lot on mage because of buffs. I mean, think about it. An Omen is 7 damage. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty impressive that the build can do this. It's making me consider switching off the traditional Moonblade stack, because, you know, I don't seem to need it that much. I mean, maybe Arcanist charm variety is real, who knows. Oh, it's also nice to be able to walk into an encounter which normally would have to have you turn and be careful with where you blast, but because you have both Nulwick make your shield a circle and massive Nova, you can just kind of hit everything like that. I suspect though that the build crushes off of infusions. I probably would not like to try this without it. I forgot to be Thunder Stepping. had my concerns about elites because you can't do the usual thing I do where you pop 5 omens per cycle and then Moonblade and all your cooldowns come back so you're ready for another cycle. But surprisingly, the raw damage is enough. I don't know how to handle a Dread though. I suspect that if you came up against a Dread, you'd be in a sticky situation. It's kind of weird not having Ace Strike. Like, I don't like Ace Strike that much. I feel like it puts me in risk a lot of the time, but you know, when it's not here and somehow I miss it. If I remember correctly, there's Legionary on this. It will not be surprising to anyone that this handles swarms very well. Because after all, you can just kind of go whoop and hit everything. Hopefully I don't die in boss. That seems like it will be an issue. Oh, I hate Sylvan Bullocks. At least they're not so bad on a caster, on an elite class, because uh-oh. Is it dead? I can't really tell because it's so small. Okay, they're both dead. Yeah, I hate Sylvan Bullocks because they have like big damage, the baby zombies, it's hard to hit them. Living full, dead, that's kind of ironic. Yeah, people are gonna do Jeremy in here. The chat's gonna fill up a bit. You can do that, which is kind of funny. I am going to summon the Mimic. I don't know exactly how to handle this, but it is kind of like mini boss, I guess. Does it teleport behind? Yeah, it does. I think it jumped off. I think it ended up down there. Whatever, it'll come back. Why is the teleport so long? Oh, it fell off the edge again, damn it. I'm gonna run around in a circle so that it can spawn some more mobs. And then hopefully... Where's the Mimic? Oh. Okay, well that wasn't so successful. I was hoping to hit the thing with a Thunder Spellshock UI, but I only got 1 off instead of the 2 I was hoping for, but it died anyway. Don't really know a route through Starbound. I don't play Starbound that much. I don't like the POI. Oh. I think by virtue of just stacking a bunch of damage and also having infusions, the build can one cycle elites. It does get dicey though. I suspect you wouldn't be able to do that if they had any more health. I mean, it's fine because like all the elites in the overworld kind of homogenize to like having like somewhere between 400 and 600 health. Okay, why are they a firing squad suddenly? They usually don't shoot that quickly, I am sure. Okay, let's see if we can... Oh, never mind. I murdered everything with a Frost Nova. Okay, just gotta dodge this expert strategist. Silencing. Dead. Okay. It's kind of weird how much bedrock and reinforced deep plate there is in this build. Like, pernicious resistant, but it definitely... I don't think this is the thing that needed anti-pernicious measures. It's pointing its gun at me through the wall. One of the advantages of ranged mage, which I'm not sure if people really dabble in that much, is if you have a loom, or if you like, or well, I don't have a loom, but I just firmer anyway. If you have block placement, you can put a wall between you and the mobs, and then hit them through it. Especially on this thing, because you have so much range, you can build a wall to become temporarily projectile immune. Not something I really ever see by anyone else. Basic Minecraft mechanic. Yeah, you might notice that the things look a bit different, and that's because I have a texture pack on which which turns all the looms and the bookshelves into vaguely olive wood. This is a thing I made because I got, like, I think I need to make these things as well, the same color. It's because, like, Forum hurts my eyes, and that's why I don't want to do it. But, like, other than the eye strain, it has other redeeming qualities, so I decided to remove the eye strain. I admittedly haven't actually gotten the chance to play a Forum to check on how it is, though. I don't actually remember precisely what the... Oh dear, I don't remember what Frost Nova U does to elites exactly. Let's see if we can just run in, try and get like a bunch of mobs together in the center and blow up the elite with a Thunder Step. Looks like we did not succeed. I think this build could benefit from a Cry Havoc. Ugh, I have no more sapper, I can't just break spawners. They're not just health packets anymore. I guess if I wanted, I could go back to using sapper. It's not that bad, especially because I have training from R2. I think E-Shaker is faster than Nuclear Shot Eds though, so... Don't know about that one. Oh. Okay, that thing being unkillable is actually kind of a threat. In an environment like this, which is fairly close in, I feel like my only choice is pretty much gonna be running around and terrorizing the mobs with it, and hoping that mobs die before I do. Because it's fairly cramped. It's not like I can... I mean, I can outrange the mobs, but they all have... But like half the mobs have Pernicious. It is half because I am running Pern 5. Okay, let's see if we can drill through this thing before... Oh! Is it down? Is it down? It's down. Great. Okay, now I have to actually kill it though, which is another challenge of its own. Damn! Oh, there go my levels. Shame. I kind of like using... Oh my days. You're right, that's a repeat gambler. I kind of like using hand cranked because the guard on it makes me feel like I can parry a shot and then get a benefit out of it. I don't actually know whether guard persists after you after if you switch off the shield though. So I mean, who is to say really? Because some people say yes, some people say no. The display on the right doesn't tell me much because I'm pretty sure the way Flowey coded it was just to read off the situationals that you have on your gear at the moment, but that doesn't necessarily apply to what's active. And I guess I could read the public API, but it's hard to tell. Okay, I can hear the horse jumping around down there, but let's just do both. I don't think I care. I forgot to turn on the background music, so it's a bit empty. Okay, I screwed up. Understepped into the boss instead of just to its feet. And some time running around. I figure if you insist on getting a Thunderstep off for damage reasons, you could probably use it by Thunderstepping out and just hitting it with the back end of the attack, like that. Guy I find pretty cancer on melee. I don't really play melee in Starbound. I mean, I don't play melee that much anyways. Ugh. Okay, that takes a while, but at Starbound Sanctuary I only died once.